Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's GeneralTarheel, your coach at Charizards, bringing you the APA Season 3 Week 9 battle versus Coach LynxForte and the South Florida Bulus. Coming to Week 9, we did pick up a win last week against Coach CrimsonCBad and the Detroit Steelwings. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. It was a very nice match as our KyleAye put in the finest of work, finally getting us a W and breaking our losing streak, which I hope to keep up a winning streak for the remainder of the season, because I am not happy with that 3L streak. I am hoping to get just dubs from here on out. Because they actually get pretty close for our playoffs in our division, so we definitely have to be careful coming into these last few games, as it will be divisional matches after this week. So, quickly, make sure to check out the team builder if you haven't already. Gets a breakdown of Lynx's roster and what I expected him to bring, as well as the team that I decided to build and prepare for. Quickly, I will just go over my team, as it is a Bandit Komala with Sleep Talk Last Resort, a Dual Dance Lando with Fly Earthquake with Flying MZ, a bulky Dragon Dance Mega Charizard X, Fleur Blitz Outrage Roost, all that good stuff. Defensive Toxapex with the Pyapa Berry with Toxic Spikes. I have an Assault Vest Electros, of course, with Physical Attacking Move Pool. And then I have a Nasty Plot Spadef Togekiss with Kebia Berry, in order to be a counter to Nasty Plot Slowspeed Zoroark, and of course Air Slash Shenanigans with Nasty Plot. So, when we were starting up the battle, I saw what he brought, and I was so happy when I saw his team. The only thing that really scared me, of course, was the dual water, of course. I was a little concerned about what Druddigon was going to do. Kecleon, I was perfectly fine with seeing Kecleon. Zoroark, of course, I was already scared of, and Victini I was scared of. I was happy with what he brought because he didn't bring Raichu. He didn't bring a Defogger or Toxic Spike remover of any sort. So, this is really nice for me. So my Toxic Spikes will be able to get Toxic Spikes up at one point, and they're just going to stay there. They're going to stay there, and it's going to wear down his team. It's going to be so much easier on me. It's so much better. So, other than that, there's nothing really else I can really say about his team. I mean, after like +1 speed, my Charizard actually just steamrolls through his team. If I can weaken it with Lando and stuff like that, so that might be what I would kind of prefer here. I do have to scout if that's a physical Zoroark with Sucker Punch though, however, or if it is the special set like I assumed it was going to be. So, but either way, when I was going to start off this battle, I just wanted to lead with Komala. Komala was going to definitely pick up a kill, and I was hoping it was going to happen. So as we start off the battle, I wanted to lead my Komala. I was fine with whatever he led with. If he wanted to lead with either of his Rockers and Druddigon or Kecleon, I'm outspeeding both. I pick up a kill on Kecleon, and if he's a defensive Druddigon, it's a roll. If he has max HP, we still kill. And if he's just all out attacking, then we just still kill him. So, as he does decide to leave with his Druddigon, making me believe it is Stealth Rock, so he might be defensive here and he might live. But either way, my best play is Last Resort. I really don't care. He might not even stay in because I might have Spin, so he'd be taking damage and then I get Spin off. But he might have Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, so it comes no drawback. But Sleep Talk Last Resort, Komala picks up a kill turn 1. Boy, beautiful. Komala put in the work, and it's also so great that we brought it versus Lynx, because this is like, this is his dude. Like, he just has Komala in his picture for like his profile and everything. So like this is just Lynx fighting Lynx. But he'll go into the fake Teeny here as he sets up Swords Dance, and that's a familiar thumbnail that I've seen before. As Victini obviously does not get Swords Dance, so that is Zoroark. Set up an SD, and I just went into my Toxic Spikes perfectly fine. I take this on easily. And I will just go for the Haze versus the Zoroark as it goes for knockoff. Gets rid of my Pyapa Berry, brings me down to about 40%, 45 maybe. Doing a very decentable chunk right there. But I'm just going to go for the Haze. No reason for me not to. Can't do anything about it. And I'm just going to go for the Recover the following turn, because I absolutely wall this Zoroark. It can't do anything to me since it is physical. Especially now that I don't have my item anymore. Knockoff isn't going to be doing anything. So I'm kind of surprised he decided to bring an SD set versus me. But I'm perfectly fine with that. So I'm just going to get Toxic Spikes versus my Loaded because it's completely free. This thing can't really do anything to me, as he shows he has Dragon Tail. Now I understand the reasoning behind Dragon Tail, to get extra chip off on Charizard. But Haze, 1, doesn't have to go last, and 2, hits Togekiss to where I can't Nasty Plot sweep him. But since he has Dragon Tail, Togekiss is looking much better to actually just sweep with Nasty Plot, because he doesn't have Raichu in order to actually like stop me here. So I'm going to go right back into Toxic Spikes on the Milotic after the Dragon Tail. No reason for me not to. I 1,000,000% wall this thing. And ideally, I probably should have went ahead and got up my second T-Spike. I don't believe I did here, as he's going to switch out his Milotic. He will go into Victini, which is Romeo. Coming on the T-Spikes, which is really nice. Yeah, and I have to switch out. I should have gotten up my second T-Spike, so everything would have been harshly poisoned. That was kind of a misplay on my part. But I will go into Togekiss here, because I felt like this was just a pretty decent play on my part. I think I was expecting something else to come out. Definitely not Victini, but it worked. I'm going to go into Lando here. I'm really not expecting the Glaciate coming in. It's either an electric type move or just a safe fire type move. As he shows, he has Flame Charge. And by that damage, I do know that he's going to be a special set, so I am so scared of the Glaciate right here. And so I just knew my best play was to go into Electros. I couldn't risk going in the Toxapex in case he just went for a Psychic move right here. And as we see, as we switch into Electros, he does just opt to go for the Psychic Z. So it was very smart of me not to go into my Toxapex. Either way, I didn't have my Pyapa anymore, so it was not my best play to switch into Toxapex either way. So we're going to switch in Eel on the Psychium Z, as this is, of course, just max special attack. I'm assuming Timid. Well, I mean, it definitely knows Timid, or at least some special attack, or one attack reducing nature or whatever. It's only going to be doing half to us because he doesn't have any boosts, which is very nice. Eel just eats that up, and now I can freely go for a knockoff because nothing really wants to come in on it, and it's going to be easier for me to deal with it. Victini's actually going to go for Blue Fair, doing much more damage than I actually expected, and I'm going to get off the knockoff versus the Victini. Unfortunately, we get a critical hit on his part because that will take him down to where Poison will just knock out the Victini. This really would have just allowed him to pick up another kill, ideally, because he was free to click Psychic at the second part, not getting out anything, or two-shotting anything that wanted to try and come in. But you go into Kecleon after my Electros. I really didn't feel like keeping Electros at this point. There was no need for it, because there's no Raichu, there's no Tornadus, there's nothing like that. I wanted to go in and scout what this Kecleon wanted to do. If you want to get up Stealth Rocks freely, then I get momentum off of it because I clicked U-turn right there. So I was going to benefit off of that. Now I'm going to go into Komala because I was getting greedy. But after I sent it out, I was like, if this man has Shadow Sneak, I'm not going to be able to hit him. As he does show that, which is a good play on Lynx's part. He will go for the Shadow Sneak, and he will get the Protean for it, of course, becoming a Ghost type. So now when I go for my Sleep Talk, I will not be able to hit this Komala, which is pretty unfortunate, but it's fine. So I'm not going to let him get too much momentum with Kecleon because he's actually just going to be able to work around that pretty easily, honestly. So I'm just going to make a switch out into my Toxapex as I can get up another T-Spike if I wanted to. But he's actually going to make a switch himself and go into Bob, which is his Quagsire. I don't know why I said it like that. But Quagsire's out right here. The obvious play is going for an EQ or the Earth Power, most likely the EQ. So I'm going to make the safe play in the Togekiss and 1v1s this thing pretty easily. Even though it will have the Unaware, I will not be getting the actual special attack damage output versus this if I do Nasty Plot up. But Quagsire is free setup, so if he opts to stay in right here, he's going to regret it. As I'm just going to go for the Air Slash as I do 2-hit KO this thing if he doesn't recover here, or if I get the flinch. And we do get the flinch, so I am going to 2-hit KO him. But right here, I feel like he's going to opt to recover, so this is kind of a free Nasty Plot for me. Because I'm going to be in the same scenario afterwards if I do, even if he does get the recover off, to where Air Slash will still 2-shot him. And even if he does actually try to like Scald me and stuff, I can just roost that off, and Scald Burn's not going to be doing too much to me. So ideally, I kind of misplayed here overall, because as you'll see, I will just opt to, after this +2 Nasty Plot, I will just opt to continuously Air Slash this Quag. Basically, I could have freely gotten to +4, +6, whatever, and then I would for sure one-shot everything on his team. Not only would I have to risk just Serene Grace hacks, I wouldn't risk Milotic living, and even though it doesn't have Haze, there's a chance I could have had Mirror Coat, which could have put me in a worse position. Also, if this Kecleon was indeed like Rock Slide variant, one, I would assume Dio would already went into it, but two, it would have been nicer just to absolutely one-shot this thing, because nothing can beat Togekiss at this point. Like, it really just, nothing can, because Victini is gone. So even if Zoroark does have the Sludge Bomb, we have the Kebi Berry, so it's fine. But we'll take down the Kecleon 2 Red, and unfortunately it will go to the Toxic Spikes. That's kind of how the rest of this game goes. Togekiss will get them low in Red, and Toxic Spikes picks up the kill with the Toxic Spikes. So kind of unfortunate for Togekiss, but we'll just play through this, of course, as I'm going to be Air Slashing right here versus the Milotic. I will there was a chance of a 2-hit KO, but it does show he does have some def investment, so he's not max defense. And Skull's doing a decent chunk right there. If he had Ice Beam, he'd be able to 2-hit KO me and just make it a little bit easier. But I put enough speed into Togekiss to make sure to outspeed any possible Crept Milotic. So I am capable of just roosting offers even if it did have Ice Beam. So I'm once again winning this situation 1v1 no matter what. So he's just Scald spamming versus my Togekiss, showing he can't do anything about it. He really can't. I didn't voice correct, he voice correct. So, we'll just get his leftovers recovery right there. His poison wearing him down and stuff like that. Second Air Slash does have a chance to kill right here, and even if he opts to go for the recover, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to get the flinch sooner or later with Togekiss, so I'm really just opting to click Air Slash right here and not making a longer game than it needs to be. So, we will actually get the roll there, and we will knock out Milotic, which is very nice. Togekiss actually picking up a kill. And we're just going to Zoroark now. It's fine, of course. Wait, is this the last Pokemon left? Yeah, last Pokemon left. It was actually kind of a quick game. So he goes for knockoff here. He will show that we did bring the Kebia Berry and whatnot. And I will just go for the Air Slash, and this Zoroark will go down. But he does have the Focus Sash. So he will be living on 1 right now. And he will go down to the T-Spikes after. So we pick up a nice 5-0 win versus LynxForte in the South Florida Bulus. Kind of not what I expected completely. I'm not saying that in a bad way for Lynx. He played well. It's just the team I brought capitalized on stuff he didn't bring, which benefited me so much. So it was really smart on my part. It was kind of an unfortunate crit on Victini. I still think the possible differential could have been different, but the only thing is that he probably could have saved Victini. But considering he didn't, he was a special set, he might have not had anything strong enough for Togekiss. So I didn't really think that critical hit made too much of a difference in differential, since I still let my eel go down and stuff like that. But it definitely could have caused the match to change a little bit differently, in my opinion. But either way, we still picked up a very solid win versus Lynx. Make sure to check out his point of view and his channel in the description, as well as every other coach in the APA. And that'll be it for me this week, guys. Make sure to look for my P4G Next Gen if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next week. Sub, like, share, deuces.